When an individual or a group of people are afraid, they are much easier to manipulate. In Uncommon Sense, we will describe many of the Machiavellian methods that the elite use to create fear. I call the following fear traps, and it's vital that we are aware of the different methods that the Illuminati use to enslave our society. 1. They control the banking systems worldwide, and by using the deceptive practice of fractional reserve banking, they force high percentages of the world's people to live in debt. 2. They spin the news reports and actively work to destroy the understanding and legal process of our republic. 3. They control the schools so as to create weak minds and politically correct thought. 4. They deplete our foods of vital minerals and sell us fatty, dead edibles. 5. They control the leadership of both political parties and allow foreign agents and traitors to dictate political policy. 6. The elite have made major inroads to influence and destroy the vitality of our church organizations while dissolving cultural morals. And 7. The elite are even now in the process of manipulating the course of natural birth and human DNA through cloning. It is highly unusual and uncommon for these issues to be debated or even mentioned at most universities or in the establishment media, and yet to be aware of these issues is essential if we are to succeed. This is why this booklet is entitled Uncommon Sense. The Illuminati have been around for millennia, and the Western incarnation of this organization was started by Adam Weishaupt with the help of Mayer Rothschild in 1776. It has always been an elitist organization, believing at the uppermost echelons that they are the illuminated or the chosen people. Despite all of their mental abilities, the Illuminati believe in the flawed philosophy of humanism. The philosophy of humanism is atheistic and secular in nature. Because of their false pride, the leaders of the elite have never had the humility or the wisdom to accept spiritual law and to put their faith in the universal consciousness of God. They see life as a dog-eat-dog universe, and the only way to survive is by vanquishing your neighbors. In the past, this mentality of domination was accomplished by physical conquest and material theft. Today, in the high-tech age, the elite are using economic and psychological conquest to make prisons of our minds. You are probably listening because, unlike the many, you have knowledge of the dangers of the New World Order and want to learn more. I pray this booklet, Uncommon Sense, will be of interest and value to you. Much of this information is very disturbing, and the ways that most people respond are by either closing their minds or responding with anger or fear. None of these responses ultimately is going to help solve the problem. If we continue to ignore their transgressions, the elite will continue to fill the void and continue their attacks. At the same time, it is essential to be aware that the forces of deception actually thrive off the vibrations of fear and anger. When we respond fearfully or with unthinking hostility, it actually makes them stronger. Jesus taught,
"We need to love our opponents."
And as hard as this may seem because of the injustices that are happening all around us, we need to remember that love is the essential ingredient of the healing process. Yes, this is much easier said than done, but do we really have any other choices? The citizens who actually understand and appreciate the ideals of our republic and believe in the divinity of man need to make a critical choice. Either we come together to restore the Constitution, or there will be a total loss of economic, social, political, and religious freedoms, a police state. You, your family, and our nation will become yesterday's people. The choice is ours. Make no mistake, the present momentum is strongly in favor of the Illuminati. We do not have the luxury of time, and our silence will not protect us. To be successful, we are all going to have to pierce the many self-imposed illusions that we live with, and hopefully uncommon sense can help supply you with the important information. I hope that you will read Uncommon Sense with discernment and check the reference material. Take what you like and leave the rest. Your inner voice will tell you what is right. Further, we personally have to make the personal decision of whether we have the courage and faith to really work for freedom and justice. The Founding Fathers who signed the Declaration of Independence were for the most part very successful and wealthy citizens who had prospered under colonial rule. To a man, they discussed and understood that their personal signing of this document would ensure that the Imperial Army of England, or their paid mercenaries, would hunt them down. Yet these men had the moral courage and vision to sign the document and do what they felt was right. Every one of us comes to similar crossroads in our journey of life where we have to make this individual choice about freedom and truth. When we make this choice, there is no turning back. The choice is not just about America, it is about the future of all human society. As Thomas Paine, the prophetic author of the original Common Sense, wrote in late 1775,
The cause of America is in great measure the cause of all mankind.
it's your pick. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You believe what you want to believe. You take the red pill, and you see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Chapter 1. The Puppet Masters of Financial Tyranny.
If ye love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude better than the animating contest of freedom, go home from us in peace. We ask not your counsel or your arms. Crouch down and lick the hands of those who feed you. May your change set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that ye were our countrymen.
Samuel Adams, 1776. Have you ever been in a position where you didn't have enough money to buy something you really wanted? If this has ever happened, you probably had feelings of frustration. Have you ever been in debt so deep that you didn't know how you were going to pay your debts and that you were looking at bankruptcy? If this has ever happened, you probably had feelings not only of frustration, but also of fear and anxiety. The first and most powerful fear trap that the elite use against the American people is financial manipulation. It is essential to understand that a handful of people control and exploit the American and international banking systems and economies. These financial puppeteers pull the strings and create prosperous times, recessions, and depressions. Because controlling national and international debt is the cornerstone of the Illuminati's power, all patriots need to understand how these charlatans are able to pull off their financial magic. We will start by describing what is going on here in the USA. In the United States, if you take the federal general fund debt, $5.8 trillion, and combine it with the liabilities of federal pensions, Social Security, Medicare, federal aviation, and the other 15 non-general fund federal budgets, we see a federal debt of more than $19 trillion. That is an astronomical amount of money. To put this into an understandable perspective, use simple math to divide the debt by the number of total people, men, women, children, employed, unemployed, homeowners, homeless, etc. You get the picture. In all of our country, 280 million people. The answer is more than 6